Jaya Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Madhava Kunja Vihari Kunja Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we read from the Nectar of Instruction. We're starting today with verse 3. It's big enough on the screen, yes? Clear? I gotta make it a little bit bigger if necessary. Utsaha Nishchaya Sangachagachito Vitte Shadvi Bhakti Prasidati Utsahanyasya Sattat Karma Pravartana Sangachagachito Vitte Shadvi Bhakti Prasidati Utsahanyasya Sattat Karma Pravartana Sangachagachito Vitte Shadviya Bhakti Prasidhyate Utsaha Nishayaya Sattat Karma Vivartana Sangachaga Sato Vritte Shadviya Bhakti Prasidhyate Utsaha Nishayaya Sattat Karma Vivartana Sangachaga Sato Vritte Shadviya Bhakti Prasidhyate Utsahanishayadhaya Satyakarma Pravartana Sangachagatso Vite Shadviva Sejati Utsahanishayadhaya Satyakarma Pravartana Sangachagatso Vite Shadviva Sejati. Word for word synonyms. Utsahat by enthusiasm. Nishchaya by confidence. Dharya by patience. Karma, various activities favorable for devotional service. Pravartana by performing. Sangachaga by giving up the association of non-devotees. Sataha of the great previous acharyas. Vrite by following in the footsteps. Shadvi by these six. Bhakti, devotional service. Prasiddhi, advances or becomes successful. Translation. There are principles. There are six principles favorable to the execution of pure devotional service. One, be enthusiastic. Two, endeavoring with confidence. Three, being patient. Four, acting according to the regulative principles such as Shravanam, Kirtanam, and Smaranam, hearing, chanting, and remembering Krishna. Five, abandoning the association of non-devotees. And six, following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. These six principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. Srila Prabhupada's purport. Devotional service is not a matter of sentimental speculation or imaginative ecstasy. Its substance is practical activity. Srila Goswami in his Bhakti Rasa Sindhu 1.1.11 has defined devotional service as follows. Adyapilasutaśya Jnanakarmajanavrikam Alakoye Krishnanu Shivanam Bhaktiruttama. Translation. Uttama Bhakti, or unalloyed devotion unto the Supreme Personality of God, Sri Krishna, involves rendering of devotional service in a way that is favorable to the Lord. This devotional service should be free from all extraneous motive, uh, all extraneous motive, and devoid of fruitive karma, impersonal jnana, and all other selfish desires. Bha- Bhakti is a sort of cultivation. As soon as we say cultivation, we must refer to activity. Cultivation of spirituality does not mean sitting down idly for meditation, as some pseudo-yogis teach. Such idle meditation uh, may be, may be good for those who have no information about devotional service, and for this reason it is sometimes recommended as a way to check distracting materialistic activities. Uh, Meditation means stopping all nonsensical activity, at least for the being. Devotional service, however, not only puts an end to the nonsensical material mundane activities, but also engages one in meaningful devotional activities. Prabhupada Maharaj recommends Shravanam Kirtanam Smaranam Parasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dashanam Sakyam Atmani Devanam. The nine processes of service are as follows. One, hearing the name and glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Two, chanting his glories. Three, remembering the Lord. Four, serving the Lord with his feet. Five, worshiping the deity. Six, offering obeisance unto the Lord. Seven, acting as the Lord's servant. Eight, making friends with the Lord. Nine, surrendering oneself fully to the Lord. Shravana, or hearing, is the first step in acquiring transcendental knowledge. Uh, One should not give moral reception to unauthorized persons, but should approach the proper person as recommended in the Bhagavad Gita, uh, chapter 5, verse 5. Sorry. One should not give moral reception to unauthorized persons, but should approach the proper person as recommended in Bhagavad Gita 4:34. Tadviti paripatreya paripatreya sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanam sampadachanaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. Self-control and impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. Um, okay, so we'll speak a little bit at this point. So that Srila Rupa Goswami in the Nectar of Instruction has given many instructions. What is both for those who are just trying to get started in devotional service, and all the way to those who are perfected in devotional service. All 11 verses. The previous verse, that verse was we were informed of what we should not be doing, or what in devotional service. Should, that verse that verse describes all the six things that we do not do because they're unfavorable for devotional service. Uh, and in this verse, as we've been told, not what we should avoid. In this verse, we were given advice with Srila Goswami what activities are favorable for devotional service. Any process that we follow, there are certain things that you do and certain things that you do not do. So here, what is uh, the first activity, which is favorable to devotional service, is being enthusiastic. If we are not enthusiastic, we cannot accomplish anything. So, but being enthusiastic means uh, uh, making some endeavor and using your intelligence in Krishna consciousness. So one may make some endeavor, but not use intelligence in Krishna consciousness. That is not uh, something favorable, favorable for devotion service. Srila Prabhupada gives the example of the uh, the monkeys. His example of monkeys. And monkeys are actually not very intelligent in terms of spiritual subjects. In terms of spiritual subjects, they're intelligent in the sense that they can do certain things, but they're not very intelligent. And there's no perception of anything spiritual. Their intelligence is very much material. So the monkey is very uh, enthusiastic in his sense, very active, passionate, whatever the word would be, jumping from one tree branch to another, finding a female monkey to enjoy with. He's very enthusiastic to do it, but that kind of enthusiasm is not what we're talking about here. And so kind of enthusiasm, which is favorable to devotional service, is you work hard, and you use your intelligence in a way which uh, use your intelligence to think, how can I do this work for Krishna's pleasure? Uh, and then the uh, second principle here is called endeavoring confidence. So endeavoring confidence. So in confidence, faith that we're following the process. So we have to believe it.
И уверенно размышляя, что мы следуем процессу, который вы видите.
If we are chanting Hare Krishna or doing different devotional activities, but we think that these activities are, and have no value, then be we will not be favorable for advancing the spiritual life.
Если мы действуем в сознании Кришны, что делаем важно, это
Um,
we will go something devotional service.
if we're, if we're making some endeavor, we have no confidence that this activity I'm doing will help me in my spiritual life, then it will not do any good. There's no faith.
То есть, если мы делаем прикладываем какие-то усилия, при этом нет, скажем так, уверенности в том, что это может где-то движение, то тогда
Um, so, so it's just like we were chanting, supposed to chant around 16 rounds a day, and the Hare Krishna mantra. But if we're thinking that this is just one thing talk, there's no value in this chanting. I'll chant Hare Krishna, you're chanting, but if you don't believe it, there's no faith, there's good for you, then who's going to make the endeavor? So therefore, it's unfavorable. That attitude is unfavorable for advancing the spiritual life.
если мы делаем какую-то деятельность, например, повторяем семена, и при этом у нас нет такой уверенности в том, что это духовная практика, или мы повторяем такой энтузиазм, то тогда деятельность она
And then, number three, you need to be patient. We may think that this chanting of Hare Krishna is very nice, and I'm going to chant very sincerely, and maybe in 2 weeks from now, I will have realized that
Нам вот это взаимно, так что взаимно хорошо, и у нас есть энтузиазм, повторяем. Однако можно думать, что вы часто повторяете, бесплатно делаете.
but of course, unless someone is already very advanced, probably when you start chanting Hare Krishna, would I even realize Krishna in 2 weeks.
И если мы прикладываем усилия в этом, то мы продолжаем повторять Кришну, и потом мы его осознаем, что это не будет.
So therefore, someone is very enthusiastic to do something. He really believes in the process, and but it's not. But he thinks I'm going to accomplish. I will become a pure devotee of Krishna in the next 2 weeks. Just join the movement. I'm going to become very enthusiastic. I'm going to become a pure devotee of Krishna in 2 weeks from now. Otherwise, I quit.
То есть, если мы повторяем все семена, это не там сущий энтузиазм, и мы следуем процессу, но думаем о том, что если
so that the patient has to be acting for according to acting according to the regular principles. The Shravan, Kirtan, Vishnu Smaran, we have to, these are this is devotional service, hearing, and remembering Krishna. We must do that. Five, if we want to associate with, we want to become Krishna conscious, we cannot be uh, absorbed in associating with non-devotees. We have to be looking for their, we have to be looking for their association. And six, we need to uh, uh, we need to try to follow in the footsteps of the previous acharya. We can't just decide. I want to serve. I know how I want to serve Krishna. I know how we should serve Krishna, and therefore I will do it my way. Um, we can't do that. We're not going to desire it. So we must follow the current present spiritual master and who is following the previous acharya. Anyway, a couple of points or first couple of paragraphs. Any questions? Okay. You want to put the question? You want to see the question in Russian? Go ahead. So conscious devotional service it's also called Ajampa Sukriti. And uh, the results are different. Different. Uh, because the more that you engage in some activity in knowledge, knowledge of why you're doing it, then the results will be better. But if you're say, just like if someone may come to the temple and he's asking, okay, help me bring the screen. You know, back there to up here. Bring the screen. It's very easy, but they're of course doing the social service. They may not understand the real benefit of it. Because if it's help.
То есть кто-то имеет какой-то человек пришел и там его просят экран ну, это, в принципе, очень дает работать.
So devotional service, which is done um, not really understanding how to engage in devotional service, the result is that it will give us some kind of pious results.
Ну, то есть, если человек сделал такую деятельность, не понимая принципа служения, то результат будет не просто какой-то
There are three kinds of pious results. One kind of pious result will help us become fixed and merging the Brahman cultures.
Один из видов есть это то, что делает много действий, человек разбирается в романе.
Another kind of pious result may help lead to where we can become elevated to the heavenly planet. It's a material benefit.
Другой результат – это действия, что человек разбирается в романе.
But the best pious results is what comes from this unknowing devotional service, unconscious devotional service. That kind of result leads one to devotional service.
Именно самый лучший из этих результатов, где человек выполняет служение, делает осознанно и продвигает.
Even if someone is hearing, they're doing all kinds of sinful activities, they're hearing the chanting of the whole name. They're hearing it, so there's some benefit there.
И он объединяет вот эту деятельность слушания, повторения, внимания.
They may not immediately uh, take up the path of Krishna consciousness, but they have got some benefit, so it will help them in the future to take up the path of Krishna consciousness. That's the unconscious devotion service.
Поскольку это неосознанное движение, оно приводит к тому, что он сделал следующий признак продолжать.
And then so that's unconscious, which means help them to gradually come to the platform of starting devotional service.
И неосознанное движение, оно ведет к тому, что человек постепенно будет признать.
And then, if you're fully conscious of devotion service, you're fully intending, you're doing it, you know why you're doing it, then the result will be much greater in spiritual advancement.
Если человек осознанно занимается движением, знает, что он делает, то тогда результат.
You can become Krishna conscious. You can become fully Krishna conscious by influence. So in summary, the difference is that unconscious devotion service helps us to gradually get started in conscious devotional service.
И если, допустим, тот сказан, то неосознанное служение будет
and, and also we're engaged in devotion service, and we're very absorbed in doing that service. I'm like you dress the deities, and you're thinking about all the details about how to serve dress the deities very nicely. Uh, that's that's one stand.
любом случае выполнять обязанности братьев нужно быть сконцентрированным, нужно с какой-то персонал, например, выполнять план, то есть необходимо четко контролировать детали.
And the other side, if you are uh, say serving the case, but you're become very mechanical. You know, you've done something 10,000 times. You do it, and your mind may be somewhere else. So the result is
Если же человек плавно, делает механическую работу сам, а его мозг находится в другом месте, насколько он делал раз.
that's
То тогда результат будет.
that's another kind of unconscious devotion service.
Это
So the best thing is engage in devotion service, fully understand why we were doing it, and fully concentrating on doing it. That's the best.
лучший способ выполнять служение, это понимать, зачем мы это делаем, зачем мы это делаем, и для кого это навечно.
Does that answer the question? Other questions? Yes. Yes. Yes.
I did this learning, and two days I was engaged in preparation to put together and clean and prepare everything.
Right.
Yesterday I did it. After this I recognized that I was 2 days deeply in devotional service, in concentration in devotional service. Because I needed to be concentrated on many different small things which included yoga. It was interesting experience and something direct concentration in devotional service.
Yes. Yes. And all of the service we should be concentrating on what we're doing. Good. Anyone else? Okay, and we'll, if not, then we'll end here. Tomorrow we'll be back on Srimad Bhagavatam. I think we're starting at chapter. Yes, we just finished chapter 11, so now we're moving to chapter 12. It's the dynasty of one of Lord Chandra's son, this dynasty. Okay, in here for now, Bhagavad Gita.